YouTube, what is up with y'all today? This is Neil Goodfella Neil, coming through with another sneaker review, another sneaker opinion, and also slash update as well. So these end up dropping in 2020, and I end up getting these probably like the fall of 2020, and that is the Air Trainer 3 Viotech joints. And y'all know this is my sneaker diary, guys. Like I always say, I do this for a hobby, and I try to drop videos when I can. Thanks for everybody that's been rating, commenting, and subscribing. Now, the history on this one, obviously not as deep as like Dracula or something like that. Now, obviously, the great Tinker Hatfield end up making these joints. Now, and this model, not this colorway, but this model is known to be on Bo Jackson. But these joints caught my eye quick, man. I couldn't believe it. I wanted them. Now, this particular colorway, this Viotech colorway, this is the second release of this colorway. Now, the first one I think dropped in like 04, and 04 I was in like high school, so obviously I had no funds to get these then. But when I end up seeing these joints, I'm like, oh man, I gotta have them. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's kind of like the Barneys in a way with this purple, guys. Flying flames. But yeah. So let's get off into the wearability of this shoe and everything. Now, even though I had this sneaker for 2 years, I didn't wear it like every day or every month for 2 years, but I did wear these some enough to know to get us a better review for you guys. I think personally everybody needs to do that as well, just so we can get an update, you know, sneaker in, sneaker out every week, people get tired. But what about the stuff you already have or you already thinking about purchasing? And what will happen to it later on down the line? You know, we stuck with the sneakers. We don't get them in and out. People that actually like the sneakers are actually stuck with the sneakers. Now, I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's just like a car. You know, like after 100,000 miles, what's going to happen? You know, what's a typical problem? Do you have to replace the thermostat? Do you have to replace the alternator? Now, I know the sneaker's not cars in a technical sense, but sometimes chipping does happen. Going to the toe box, you do got that nice leather as well. It's not as tumbled as the Vampire pair, but also going to the side as well. This is just a typical plastic like leather. It almost feels like plastic, guys, but the rainproof on here would definitely serve its purpose. Now, I'm not saying these are rainproof, but there's no kind of suede on here, so you don't have to worry about fading. The cleanup would definitely be pretty easy due to these materials. The materials are not premium at all, but you do feel a bit of softness right here along the purple leather, the super purple leather, and then the light purple, you still have more of a synthetic, what feels like, or more of a plastic like feel. Going to the bottom, you do have the dial pad with the olive, and then to top it all off, you have that nice vibrant yellow at the midsole and on the swoosh, and the swoosh is yellow. The only funny feeling part is really like the plastic area right here. And you also have the Jordan 4 like wings right here. This sneaker actually dropped in 1988. Going to the top though, you do have this on the tongue. Now the tongue isn't as stubborn on this one as the Dracula pair, but also too, you do got Nike Air on the back and that small kind of like font, you know, small logo, something borrowed from the Air Trainer 2. And for the Air Trainer 3, obviously, just like the Dracula pair, it's the same thing. The same dial pad sole, you know, same identical sole. No Achilles heel cushion right here. Just got the typical Nike Air with a nice Barney purple insole and sock liner. I'm part of the Black Sock Gang, so the sock liner will be beaded up. Going to the top of the buckle, you do have that Nike right there as well. Clean, clean, clean. Now, this is for the Cinder fellas out there, aka the guys with the Cinderella foot. Now, a lot of people experience toe rub, pinky toe rub with the Air Trainer 3s. This is just a different colorway. It's no different. Now, the material is different, so it might slightly make a difference. This one might hurt a little bit more since it or slightly, just a pinch more, because the material is not nubuck like the other ones. With that leather, the leather also add that extra weight slightly compared to the nubuck version of this model. And it's this right here. I think it's this right here specifically, because this is plastic, and you know, you get the lace in this for a tight fit. I see some guys, they walk around with like the strap hanging. It's not my thing. It don't work for me having it like this, but I like to actually have mine laced up. That might ease up some of the pressure, but this is one of them trainers where you know, it's either gonna make or break you. You probably can go a half size up to avoid the pinky rub, but you know, it's one of the things you got to try out. Now, as far as wearing these over a long period of time, almost 2 years rather, in my case, not 10 years. The insole does break in, but as far as the outer materials, they break in slightly. We do got some creasing along the side right here. I like stuffing my sneakers and wiping them down after wearing them to actually keep them up and keep them clean. And I also like that sharp pointed like toe. I like to keep the shape as well on all my sneakers. Yeah, typical creasing at the toe box, which is normal, so expect that. But if you do stuff the sneaker, you don't have to too much worry about that. I don't like my sneaker looking like bacon at the top of the toe box. The leather, this part of the leather, it feels like over time will break in, because this is the most supple like part at the toe box, and then eventually this kind of like plastic like leather right here, or the lighter purple, will break in slightly more as you wear it. But I feel like the darker purple would definitely break in and feel a lot more better over time. As far as comfort out the box, or as far as my comfort in general, now with the leather ones, they're going to be slightly different as far as comfort go. Well, almost after 2 years, I would get this maybe 7 almost, roughly, as far as comfort. Not the best. If I probably wear it to year 3 or year 5 or something like that, I probably might get a 7.5, maybe a 7.8. But I think that pinky rub, if it messes with you, you know, it can definitely destroy your whole experience of the sneaker. As far as like overall looks, everything included, 8.3. This is one of them sneakers that actually speaks on its own. That colorway definitely speaks to me. And maybe when I get the green lace through it, it'll probably be even better, you know. It'll probably pop even more. I like certain sneakers of mine to do that. I feel like a colorway can either make or break a sneaker. You don't too much get these kind of like bright colorways on this kind of model anyway. Usually you get more like serious, subtle, dark tone colorways, which is nothing wrong with that, but also too, it's nice to see a change in colorways as well. So I would definitely like to see a few more of these in like more interesting colorways. I don't want to be super quick strike, super limited, just something that everybody can get. And even though these were quick strike, these were kind of easy to get. Let me know down below, guys, did you guys cop the Air Trainer 3 Viotech joints? I enjoy these sneakers, man. I like wearing them with like some forest green joggers or something like that, you know, black joggers, just so the sneaker can pop. You're gonna have to kind of like had a fit with it and think a little bit critically on the fit. You can't just kind of like put anything on with this. Have a premeditated fit with this. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm getting a little hoarse now, man. I got more videos on the way. Peace.